Hello, everyone. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you guys at. Welcome to Naija Commandos for Life. It's been a pleasure coming to the end of the year and interviewing a lot of folks from from command and a couple of schools. It's been a pleasure having you guys be having our guests come on the show and all the viewers that have been viewing and also those subscribing. So please um, subscribe and share with your friends. We truly appreciate it, and also the comments too. So we have one of our 2001 set from Finals House. So I will pass it over to my co-host Ife to introduce her. Ife, take it away.
Good evening, everyone. Ifeda Polo again, Flying Us House, Command Secondary School, Ipaja, Lagos. We have somebody very dear to me today. She's doing a lot of great things, not just in the command community. She's actually the set rep for 2001 set. She's from Flying Us as well. We're doing a lot together right now with non-profits in Africa. She is the founder, the creator, the alpha and the omega of Tala, the African Lady Ambassadors. She does a lot of things. I will later just tell you more about that. But please welcome Mary Jane. How you doing?
I'm good. Good evening. Good evening, sir. Okay, so I'm not set rep. I'm not set rep for O1 set.
I thought you
president.
Yes. Yeah, that's right. That's what I mean. I'm sorry.
President,
good.
but guess what? We just handed over. I just handed over to the next president just last week Sunday.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
I'm now ex-president.
So you're my incumbent. You're
Yes.
You're not past
Yes,
president.
I'm now the past president. Yes.
All right, good.
Great.
All right, so
Hello everyone, good evening. Let me apologize for the noise in my background. This is unavoidable. Today has been such a crazy day, so I'm stuck in somewhere, at somewhere that's pretty noisy. So please pardon me. I just hope you guys can hear me really clearly.
To an extent, there's background noise, but yeah.
Yeah, I am so sorry about it. Yeah, it's just unavoidable. This is the only spot that I could find.
I want to just go ahead and introduce.
Sorry. My name is Mary Jane Ubaja. All one set. I was Okeze, Mary Jane Okeze. I still am Okeze. But my husband is Ubaja. I'm married, got 2 children. The things that I do, I'm an actress, I am a personal development coach, what people call a mindset coach or a transformational coach or a life coach, in other words. I have a media outfit called Mary Jane Universal Studios that uses media to tackle societal malaise, tell stories that bother around social issues, right? Then also I am the founder of Tala, the African Lady Ambassador, which is like a social enterprise, though I've registered an NGO called Haven Network. So it comes on that Haven Network. The African Lady Ambassador is a coaching and mentoring program for young African ladies who are very vibrant, very driven, purpose-driven, who want to live purposeful lives, right? People who want to set a standard in the global arena. And it's coming from my passion for Africa and the second-class nature that she has assumed in the place of the world, right? So I believe that. Can I go on?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, because I believe that I personally believe that the solution to the racism crisis in the West, in America and in all those places is actually Africa. I believe that if we can rise up as Africans to harness our first human resources and then begin to, human resource, and it will start from the orientation of the mind. If we can open up people's eyes and people's minds to see the possibilities that exist within them and within Africa, and harness those resources, then we can begin to stand tall and gain respect in the global arena. So Tala, I use Tala as that vehicle to reach ladies, young ladies, teach them on values, on I take them through self-discovery course, teach them on leadership, teach them self-mastery, emotional intelligence, teach them on purpose, and it's a mind-blowing course experience that's put together for them. And then I take them through mentorship within a certain period of time. So that's what I'm doing. Where I get to partner with Mr. Ife is actually on Tala and other things, because he's also interested in education. So beyond Tala, I also go into communities to coach them as well, teach them just give them a mind orientation, help to steer their lives in the direction of purposeful living, just so that they don't what will I call it, they don't live in despair, right? Because Nigeria can be such a place that would leave you feeling hopeless. So that's where I come in to tell them that yes, you've been handed down a hot mess, but really you don't need to accept the hot mess. It all boils down to choice. You can choose to make a difference. You can choose to be the difference. You can become a standard, and you can make a mark and leave an impact in Nigeria as a Nigerian, and even in Africa and the rest of the world, from wherever you are. Yeah. So yes,
all right. So
these are the things that I do.
Mary Jane, we're gonna get back to your package. I know you have a lot to share.
Yeah.
So can I ask a question to what she said before she finished? I like your introduction, especially in regards to talking about how you educate the folk, because you're actually espousing the legendary Fela Kuti when he says "Kolo mentality." So because there was something you said about the colonization and how Africans look at themselves. So when you see, even in Nigeria, right, the likes like Fela Duro Toye, I think Toye, thank you, and others that I pay attention to that really espouse believing in yourself, and stuff. I really appreciate that. Not just, in this part of the world, but even in Nigeria. And going back to even command, our commandant, first commandant, you guys never met him, Colonel Lawal, always espoused that unity. Together we shall win together. I don't know if you've seen that hashtag. It's a big thing. And one of the problems with, black people generally, it's not just even to Nigerians or Africans, is black people generally don't come united. And when I look at societies that are united, like Latin Americans, for example, or Jewish folks, they have espoused. No. If you look at the Jewish society here and Hispanic, they're more united when they do things, and Asians. And when you're united, like the Indians and stuff, you do greater things. And there's nothing like sharing knowledge, right? So what you were espousing earlier, I really, connected to that, and I definitely agree with that. And I listened to a lot of. My dad introduced me to Fela when I was younger, so I'm a Fela fan, serious one, because he sort of irritated us with it. Then we liked it. He played it every day. My dad used to play it.
Serious? So you were listening to aspire to perspire for a very long time.
Well, initially I didn't get it. I didn't really care for it, but as I grew older and understood, then I kind of liked it. But my dad was always listening to Fela. My dad used to go to shrine when he was a younger officer.
Oh, okay. So this is now Fela and Ikulakbo.
No, I'm talking about Fela Kuti. Yeah. No, I'm talking about Fela. My dad used to go to his shrine when he was a young officer, and he played the music regularly. We didn't like it when we were kids, but as we grew older, we kind of evolved. We understood the messages behind the song, because initially I didn't get that when I was a kid, so I now realize why my dad really liked it. So I definitely agree with that, what you espoused earlier in regards to believing yourself. But educating people is a big thing, because a lot of times black people generally don't like sharing knowledge, right? So when you share knowledge, they feel that you get better than that. I don't look at it that way. I feel when you share knowledge, you educate the whole community, and all of you kind of rise together. When you look at communities that have done that, like the Jewish community or the Asian community, they do very well. They build each other. And I think that's one of the reasons why Ife and I have this platform, to build that camaraderie, not just for people that went to Ipaja, but all military schools, because we have a shared value in regards to, whether we went to Air Force, Army, Command, Navy, or MMS or FMS. We have shared values, and that's the reason we have this, to build that camaraderie. It was a honor attending that school, so I definitely agree with that. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. That's
And
the
so,
biggest place where we fail as
Mm-hmm.
Africans, not education, not educating ourselves, and it's not even formal school. It's just about the things that matter,
Mm-hmm.
about the
right.
things that matter. So that's where I come in, providing this alternative education for
To enlighten
people,
them, to enlighten them, right?
enlightenment,
Mm-hmm.
orientation, all of that. Yes, that's
Yeah.
it.
And that, I think that's how we connected, because
Yes.
I'm also into, I'm anti-colonialism. I mean, completely. It freaks me out when I hear those words. So my thing, I trying to untrain. We need to untrain ourselves, because we're so messed up that we think
Yes, our
it has to
minds
be.
are colonized.
Yeah, we're so colonized, we're so brainwashed, and so that's why I actually started a non-profit organization that we connected. Like, okay, maybe we can do more for our people to begin to have that self-worth, because I think it's lack of self-worth. Begin to have
Yes.
self. I don't think if somebody is white, you're better than me. That's it. Because we have so many talent, we have so many brains. I mean, we have so much resources in Nigeria, and I just see those kids waste. So when I do those programs in Nigeria, I see these kids in classes, and I'm like, man, these guys are bright, but there are no resources, and that's where we come in. The little we can give out, the better. So, Mary Jane, let's diverse a little bit. Let's go back to command before we get back
Okay.
to your package. Tell us your command experience from the very first day they dropped you off.
Okay, I was 10 years old at the time, and my memory is not as bright as some people's from command. From the first day, I had a sister, so I was basically just shadowing her. I remember my first week. I don't remember my first day as much. Oh, my first day. Oh, my first day. I think my first day was cool. Okay, this is a summary of my command experience. Um, I had wonderful school mothers, Ekaita and Udeme and Nodian. They were the Nodians, and they were beautiful. They saw me and fell in love with me,
Hmm.
and they have very very huge impact in my life till date because of the way they showed love. They were just good. They took care of me very well. That was from JS1 to JS3. So I kind of like enjoyed through that period, JS1 to JS3. But I wasn't living in my dormitory, which was like an offense because Ekaite was living in Scorpion House. I was in Flying Horse House, but I stayed with her. I got punished a couple of times for it, but I just couldn't leave my school mother. That was all I knew. She was all I knew. And then after they left in SS1, it was terrible. That's where I suffered. So I suffered in SS1 because I had to go back to Flying Horse House, and I really had no friends there. And so it was like a fresher coming to school. Um, I had to stay in this lady's corner, this lady who hated me so much. I remember her tossing my bags out of the corner one day and saying she's suspending me for whatever it was.
A
And
student, a student said that.
a student, yes,
A
yes,
student
yes.
cannot suspend you. What kind of nonsense is that?
No, that's from the corner.
Oh, from the corner. Okay.
From the
I
corner.
was, I
She's
was,
the area
Yes,
mother
I
of
was
that
in her
corner. She's the area
corner.
mother of the corner.
oh, okay. Got you. Got you.
Yes. So she did that, threw my things out of the corner, and I was practically homeless. So I remember that was like the most horrible period of my life. I was just there on the corridor, and I was like I was really smiling, and I remember just saying hi. I remember just saying, you know what, God, I'm sure you sort me out. And then this beautiful lady who lives now in the UK just is passing by and says, "Hi, what are you doing here?" And I'm like, "I don't have anywhere to." And she's like, "Come into my corner," just like that. So
What's
that's
that?
her.
Who's that? Who's
But
the UK lady?
her name is Ibife.
Okay.
Ibife. Ibife that I'll get to remind, and really she just never remembered. She's like, "Really, I did that?" I was like, "Yeah, I stayed with you for about 3 weeks." And she's
Wow.
like, "No." I said, "Yeah, we slept on the same bed. Like, you housed me." So she was just that sweet, but she can't remember. She's still that sweet. She's still
Wow.
that sweet. Yeah, she's a very lovely person. So but it
So
was a horrible period for me. I remember many times just struggling. Even when I went back to, I was just the lady just hated me. That was horrible. I remember SS1 still. One of my school mother's supposed friend who repeated just beating me up and drilling me. She said I came to a corner and
hmm,
a scarf was missing, and I had to be the one with the scarf or something because I came from outside Scorpion House. I came to see my old friends, so it was horrible. And she drilled me like military style. Her
wow.
father, they lived in the barracks. Her father was in the military, and I remember she would put a bucket under me and tell me not to go past that. She would remove the bucket and tell me to maintain that position. She put a T-square in front of my leg and say I can't move back or
Hey, oh
forward.
my God.
And
Wow.
she drilled me every night. She asked me to report every single night till the term was over. She was
What?
just mean, and I remember
How many
carrying.
weeks are we talking about? How many weeks?
Some nights I escaped it, but this is for many weeks.
And you didn't, nobody intervene? Like
Yeah,
the
she would
senior?
put me inside. She never did it outside the corner. She put me inside the corner. And I remember just some seniors walking up to her to say, "Now, wow, but this was a Kaitis. A Kaitis was your friend." I remember my school mom came to collect her results, and I told her the situation. She came into the dormitory, and that was where I knew, oh, really, they were not friends. Because that
Wow.
they looked at themselves and the lady never said hi to her. I don't know. It was just,
Oh,
and she called me when my school mother was there and said, "Come and continue your punishment. Are you a bastard?"
ooh.
You know? Yeah.
I didn't know girls.
That was
I
where.
didn't know that babes used to call each other bastards.
Oh
So do you
man.
mean?
Girls, girls,
All the bastard,
girls with
gaga,
me.
everything.
Girls with me,
Yes,
man.
so,
I had
uh,
a younger sister, so I have some horror stories, man. I heard some things.
yeah.
So this was SS1, right?
Yes, this was SS1.
So go to SS2. What happened? Did you get better?
SS2 was better. I remember coming to school and it was better. Yes, I'd come into like a place of my own. It was a lot better. SS2 was filled with plenty toasting here and there.
Uh-huh. Space. So you went to
Um,
space a lot.
no, I didn't go to space a lot
I'm
actually.
surprised too.
No, not a lot. I was just not. I was a very cool girl. I was very 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 cool. But there was this guy who was on my neck for the longest time. I think from SS1 third term. Oh, SS2. So I had nasty experiences with SS3 guys.
Huh.
Three guys who were friends, and I'm going to tell this story just so that if other younger ladies are watching, they can learn.
Mm-hmm.
So there were three guys who were friends that I did not know. They were all prefects. So one approached me, and it's a bit hazy, but I just remember it started during midterm break when my parents would be like, "Just stay in school. It's just 4 days. You don't need to come back home." So I stayed back in school and went to staff quarters and to. I feel like calling her name because everybody, you guys know her too. She's lasted really long in school. Anyway, so I went to her house, and that's where we kind of like camped, and that's where I met this guy, the first guy, who kind of like set me up. Anyway, there's no need to give the details, but he kind of like set me up, and the thing was he wanted to have his way with me, right?
Okay.
But I did not know because I was a very naive person. But all I knew was that could never happen. But what happened was that he told his friend that, man, there's no way with this girl, so you go try.
Hmm.
So that one came trying, and I remember it was just hazy. In fact, it was when the last one had come, but that one was so forceful, and that one started punishing me for no reason, and I had to tell my classmates and everybody that, man, this is what is going on. Oh, that see what happened, and I explained to them from the first guy, and this took place within the space of I think 2 terms. And then they told me, "MJ, are you so dumb? What is wrong with you? These guys are best friends." And it was
Ooh.
after that that I started seeing three of them together. They were literally best friends.
Wow.
And they told me it was my cousin whom I told, and he said, "You know what? I'm going to sort this out for you." And then I think he went and talked to one of the guys. He was like, my cousin was kind of like notorious in school. He was in SS2, but he was one of these feared guys. He actually got
Right.
suspended, also expelled in SS2
Wow.
finally. But
Wow.
that's after he had helped me out.
Wow.
So he went talking to them, and well, that was where I knew the story, anyways. That
Wow.
yeah, it was a plan.
And that's a good lesson. Though. You're right. For any young girls hearing this,
Yeah,
gotta pay
yeah,
attention.
it opened me up to how guys operate and how desperate they can be for, and how mischievous their minds work at that young age.
You'd be
You
surprised.
know, so mischievous and so desperate, and I'm like, what?
But
So
it's not all guys that do that, so
No,
you can't
certainly not all
blanket
guys.
exactly.
no,
Just
no. I
want to
mean,
put
we
that
know
disclaimer there, because
because
there are
for
guys.
instance, Mary Jane, for instance,
Yes,
Goki and I in command, we could never belong in that kind of group. We had no idea. We had no in fact, we had no balls to do anything.
yes, yes. Like, yeah, my closest friends too were that naive.
Yeah, we couldn't.
They were just young guys,
Yeah,
but these are the ones, man. And recently, because I joined, because they added me to president and set reps group. So this particular guy, one of them, and I'm sure he's forgotten because he reached me privately on WhatsApp, trying to strike a conversation, and really I was just irritated, and
because
I
for the
just
member
couldn't bring
information.
myself. Yes, because I just couldn't bring myself to. But I was busy preparing Tala season 1, the first session. So I was just like, man, what do I want to have to say to this guy? Why? I mean, I remember him just saying, man, I've been trying to chat with you now. Wow, I'm like, ignore. Because I started typing a message saying, man, you don't remember me, obviously. I am, and I'm like, man, it's not worth it.
Yeah. You did the right thing.
So I
So,
deleted his number,
so
just deleted the
transition
chat.
from SS2, SS3.
SS3, SS3, honestly, SS3 was good. I was focused from SS2 to SS3. I was focused on my school daughters. I was focused on giving them the same amount of love that I was giving.
Right.
My school daughter was Faith Okoudwo. I loved her like, and she knew that I had school mothers that did the same thing to me. I protected her, loved her,
You should
and as
tell
many
them to come on our
juniors.
show, okay?
Faith,
Tell them to come on.
interest.
Your school daughters.
Maybe
Ask them.
I'll ask her sister
Yeah.
Jennifer, who's my classmate. So yeah, I'm Faith. Faith came to look for me in university, and I was in
Really?
those states.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah. And the day she saw me, she was just crying.
Wow.
I think I was in year 3, and she's like, "Oh my god, oh my god,
So
oh my god, she knows
you made an impression in command.
Yeah. I did on her and on a few other juniors. I was focused on that. Then I think that was when I said yes to the guy who was chasing me since SS1, but I wasn't interested because it was out of pressure. Some girl that said, "Now what are you feeling like?" One boy chasing you since SS1. What are you feeling like? So I'm like, "Oh my gosh, what is
Wait.
meaning?"
He chased you from SS1 to university.
SS3.
Oh,
SS3,
SS3.
SS3.
Oh, okay.
So finally I went and I said yes, and then I broke it off like 3 weeks later.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I just felt like I was stupid. I was not that kind of girl who would bow to pressure. So just thinking
Right.
about it, I'm like, why did I say yes? I really don't want this in secondary school. I really don't want to date anybody. It's part of my goals. I said I was not going to date anybody. So I just apologized to him, and he begged. He was a cool guy. I met him for the first time since then, last year in Dubai.
Wow. In Dubai, of all places.
No, because he lives in Dubai. No,
Oh,
I
okay.
can say this because all my classmates they know. So,
Okay. I understand. I
so it's
understand.
not. Yeah, so it's not hidden. Yes, I met
So,
him. Yes, again, he hadn't changed much.
so it doesn't
Yeah,
seem like you had such a bad time in command for like 6 years. This feels like you had such a bad time.
I didn't really have a nice time in command. I must be honest. I didn't really like the place. Um, there was a lot of like brutality and wickedness. And sorry, I need to say this. I
It's
don't
okay.
need to say it,
Just
but
don't
it's
call
just my
names.
truth.
Just
I'm not
share it.
gonna call names,
Yeah.
but somehow It degenerated from the set, maybe like two sets above me or the set above me. The guys started hitting the girls.
Wow.
Yeah,
As
and that
in
happened a lot.
eating the girls.
Yes,
Why? Why was that? Because they were asking them
you
out. They
hear
said
things
no.
like, you hear things like someone said something about you, or maybe a girl talks to you nasty, and the guy will be like, "What? I can't take it. My rep, my rep, my rep, my rep. Your rep, your rep. How can she talk to you like this? Go and slap her." And
Wow.
they beat up the girl. Yeah, there was
So wait,
Where was the
you guys
commandant? Where was the AO at
you
this
guys
time?
didn't report to the school authorities if this was
I
prevalent.
remember that my sister was hit, and she reported to RSM, and they just get flogged.
What
I
set?
said,
What set?
last last, no be gado, no be
What set was
gado,
your
no be
sister?
gado.
What set was your sister?
She was in 2000. She was in 2000. Just a
Gotcha.
year. Yeah. She. You probably know her. Did you know Pram Pram? Obinna Pram Pram.
How will I know it? Do you know when I finished school?
Where the 80s? Where the
Oh,
80s?
Finished in '89.
oh, 89. No. Obinna finished. No, Obinna finished. Yeah, he was your junior, but he finished like in 93 or something.
I wouldn't even know him.
Oh,
That means when he was in Form 1, I was in Form 4. So I definitely wouldn't know
Yeah,
him.
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
The people I know
also
is those who finished in 91 and 92. Any set below that, I don't remember most of them.
Right, I get it. I get it
Yeah.
absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, that was the situation. They started hitting girls. It traumatized me for the longest time. It traumatized me. Trauma. I was traumatized by it
Wow.
in
Wow.
school
So
and after school,
so
and I didn't
did you
want to keep
associate?
in touch with any of them, with any of the guys, and I didn't up until 2 years ago.
I think
So I,
I
I
think
joined I joined the alumni 2 years ago.
you need therapy, man. You need you need therapy.
And that was
Yeah.
the first thing I said when I
So,
came in. I said to them, "You guys used to hit girls," and they felt so embarrassed. I'm like,
so
Wow.
they were not gentlemen then. They were. I'll rather say they
They
were
probably
ruffians.
changed. They
so
probably
just
No, back
judging
then.
by
I'm saying
their
back
no
then they were
now.
rough,
yes,
more ruffians.
let me say that just judging by their responses,
Mm-hmm.
because when I said it to them, some of them were like they didn't want to be associated with that kind of. They felt really
Reputation.
bad that
Yeah.
I would say that kind of thing. And I said yes, but this is real. Are you guys saying you didn't know this? So
Wow.
I would say that command was really big. All sets, we had in my set over 200 people. So maybe about 10 guys hitting girls, or 20 is a small fraction compared to a lot of them. So,
But the
but
girls
yeah,
that were
it was
hit
a
are still
thing.
traumatized, though. I mean, it's not about the number. It's
Yes,
about
because I remember
the
this
victim.
particular one who they really beat up in dining hall in my presence, and I was
Wow.
just crying. And
Wow.
I've not heard anything from her. She's not part of our alumni.
Wow.
Yeah, I'd be
Hmm.
surprised if she's a part of it. Oh, two of
So,
them. Yeah, this other one too. Oh yeah, no wonder she's not a part of it. Yeah, you see. Yeah, we see her
wow.
on Facebook, but she's not a part
And
of the
so, are you
alumni.
saying these were your classmates that were beating up each other? This were your
Yes,
classmates?
yes, yes.
Oh,
I
okay.
remember also almost falling victim to that, and that's why I can still keep in touch with this guy in Dubai, because there was a period when we went to the guard room, and I remember we were locked, myself and two other girls, and he came to visit. I'd broken up, and then he really wanted to get back. So when you're in guard room, I think one of the ways you prove that you love the girl is by coming to visit with gifts. So he came with food, and but the soldiers at the gates beat him up and sent him away. So
Wow.
the girls with me, the girl, not the girls, actually, one girl has this really bad mocking laughter. And she started, see guy wake up beating girls, he beating, and she started this
Wow.
laugh. And the rest of us, I wasn't really laughing, but I was like, you know, just joining so that everything. But I felt really bad for him, poor guy. But
Wow.
when I got released, I think it was the next day or 2 days after, that girl was beaten, and I remember just standing in dining hall with a friend of mine, just chatting, and then a group of guys just walk, and he was among them with a belt, and they were
Wow.
like, and he was like, "Why did you laugh at me?" And I'm like, "What? Is
Hold
it
on, hold
gonna
on.
happen to
Oh, so
me?"
this your potential boyfriend is the one that was beating up your girl.
He did not. Let me tell you, I'm sure he regrets it really, really bad. So we're not close friends or anything right now, but I must speak for him because
Okay.
from that day I had respect for him. I heard all the whispers. I heard all of them saying, "Bitter, do this, do this." I heard them. I heard them, and he looked at me. He looked at me. He looked at me, and he dropped the belt and walked away.
Wow, that's good. That's respect. That's good.
But I remember just crying and crying. It was as though I was beaten. What? My dad had not even beaten me. My brother. And what? As in, I died. I cried and cried. I just wanted to leave the school. And this was in SS3. I just wanted to get out. I
Wow.
wasn't social. I was staying in the hostel. I didn't want to. Yeah.
It's funny. You a typical example that everybody, all these people come to this show. They were like, I don't remember anything about command, and then you remember all these things. Like,
I remember the bad things.
So I have a question. I have a quick question for you. So, will you say you got most of your anxieties from seniors and your mate than the teachers than the soldiers, or your mates?
I had no anxiety whatsoever from teachers or soldiers.
Or it was mostly from your mates?
My mates
and seniors.
and my mates, yes, and my seniors.
But mostly your mates, actually, from the guys.
Yes, and my seniors, because the narration, that thing about those three guys in SS2 really impacted. I remember this guy coming to look for me in class and he told me, "Fall out," you know. And I'm like, he's coming, he's coming, he's coming. I would tell my mates, oh my god, I was really afraid. I remember that scared me a lot until I'll call her name Hope. She stood up and said, "For what?" She's like, "If he's coming, tell me, tell me." Yeah. So they did stand up for me, but that was really traumatizing.
Wow.
I tried to get over that, but there was that other lady that dealt with me. There's just that hatred that I got from the other lady kicking me out, and I'm like, "Hey, oh, wow, my pagam on you."
So the other question I have is, how did you meet your school mother, the one that you said you were with in Scorpion? How
I
did
was
you
in
meet her?
JS1.
No, I know. How did you meet her when you got to school?
What happened was I came into school wearing the day wear, and I think seniors just used to come out then and they'll pick school daughters. I think so. So someone said, someone said, "Udeme, see Flynos house girl. Now your school picking be that one," something like that. And she just said, "Leave her for me. She's a fine girl. Come here, fine girl." So I went to meet her.
Wait. So are the ugly girls left out? I just have to ask because because a couple of episodes ago, can't remember the girl's name from 93 said the same thing. When they saw she was a fine girl, they were rushing to
Jumi.
Yeah. So that's what I'm asking. I've heard this a couple of times. Okay, so is it ugly girls don't have school mother?
You know what? So I didn't interpret it as me being beautiful, like physically. I just thought that she was nice, and I thought that she would accommodate. She was just being nice. Like I do that a lot.
Mary Jane, no, we're not worried
I'm trying to be humble.
No. We're not worried about your interpretation. We worry about the scene. Okay, what if the other girl was not that cute? That's what we're talking about. I think that's the question.
That's the question.
Let me tell you.
Left out. I don't want that one. She's not cute.
Like they're thinking around.
Oh my god!
Oh wow!
I don't know. Oh my god!
No, but I asked that question. You know the funny thing? I know how I picked my school father. I didn't pick my school father. I came into command in Form 2 in 85, and the person who helped check me in and everything was the house captain, and he just became my school father. He was always coming to check on me, and that's like. But when I was in Form 4, Form 5, I didn't pick school song. They just started surrounding themselves around me, you understand, and following me. Then when my younger brother became senior prefect and was really kicking their ass, a lot of them were surrounding me. I was not having a lot of school songs that they really did not want. Stuff like that. So I didn't really sort for school songs. I didn't have time for that. But those that came and needed help, okay, fine. But I wasn't sorting for that. So that's why I was asking that question.
Bridget,
yes, please.
This is your experience. I know you have 2 kids. So will you ever consider sending them to command?
Never.
Oh crap! Just like that, never.
Never. First, I
Okay,
don't even think that the school is the same way it was. Secondly,
right.
I don't see, even if it was, I won't do that. I don't see the reason for the brutality, for the animal treatment. I don't see the reason. In fact, my husband will not even, because only just telling him recently, I was still telling him about my knees are dark, and I've tried to use lightning cream, brighten it up, blah blah blah. It would work for a time, but once I stop, it will get back dark. And only recently
Right.
I was telling him, oh really, I've not told you why I have dark knees, myself and Linda, who's my elder sister. It's because of crawling. And he's like, what do you mean? So I told him, yeah, we used to
What?
crawl. So he was like,
Wait,
no, what do you mean by crawl? On all fours? I said, no, just two. Our knees. We walk from one place to the other. And it's not on
gravel.
tile or anything. It's like on gravel, like rocky. And I saw his face. He just did.
What school did your husband go to?
He went to, my husband went to, I don't know, some school in Ketu. I don't know
A
the
day school.
name of
No, no, I'm just trying to say it's a day
Yes,
school,
it's a
right?
day school. Yes,
Okay,
it's
so
a
yeah,
day
he
school.
will understand that. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So each time I tell him about planting, and one day I demonstrated it. And it's like,
Ah,
You
wait, wait,
dem-
wait,
you
wait. Did you
demonstrated
plant?
you
Did
planted.
Did you plant?
girl. So it
No, I know what
commandant
planting
that
is because I did that. But did you
yes,
plant?
no, I'm going to answer you. That's the question I want to answer. So a commandant that came in now banned girls from planting. Personally, I was telling him that I never planted because I kept making an excuse that I didn't know how to do it. I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to do it. So I'll just put my head in a funny way, because I remember in jest when I looked at them and I said, this is not normal. Why is the blood not going to their head? So I said they would kill me first before I do this thing. So
Oh God.
No, no, no,
I
no.
got into a
No,
place where they said everyone should plant. I'm like, I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to. So I'll be doing funny things.
no, no. In Boys Zone, we did it. I did it in, I think, maybe once or twice, which is painful.
5%.
No, but last the
That
episode
is
we just we
5%.
just the oh okay, the episode we just posted was published last week, was from NMS, and they were always talking about the planting in NMS. I think they did it a lot, but the one that made us laugh is because they said they are making them plant in the
On the
air on
plane.
the
On the
plane.
plane. Yes.
What?
They
No,
were
like,
planted on the
no,
plane.
like, wait. So we have to ask them
Yes.
questions. Okay, one day civilians there, they were like, no. Air hostess, because they said there was no, it was all the ex-boys that were there. So they said that they wanted the plane to crash because they wanted to die. It was, no, it's painful now. Because even when I was talking to my cousin about it, I was
They
like,
were
okay,
praying. They were praying for death. They were
yeah,
praying for
prepare
death
from
now.
there. So I was talking to my cousin, and he said when they used to go for bush camp in the train, they used to plant them in the train in the 80s. That wasn't fun and stuff. I said, yeah, you guys really suffered, but I guess you guys getting a salary equated help you guys and stuff like that. It's
Eh,
painful. It's painful to
just
do
the
that for anything.
brutality. I'm like, why would my daughter go through all that? Nah,
I
nah.
didn't know that girls planted. I didn't
Yes,
realize that
your
girls
face,
planted.
ma'am. Yeah.
No, I didn't realize that girls
Okay,
planted.
so
Yes,
Mary
your
Jane,
face.
Mary Jane,
Yes, yes, I
Mary
can hear
Jane.
you.
So
I mean, it makes
who,
sense.
who,
Yes.
who you say
Good
had
evening.
an
I know your
impression
face
on you in
fine.
those
What am
six
I
years of
saying?
command?
I didn't hear that.
Who you say had an impression? Who you say had an impression on you? The whole 6 years. Teachers, classmates, seniors, whoever.
My literature teacher, and I'm still in touch with her. And my love. We
What's her
keep in
name?
touch. She reads all my articles. Mrs.
Really?
Abidoye.
Wow.
Yes, she did a review for my book. She, she. These were the people that kind of like shaped me. Just a grown woman like that, very confident, and loved the people, the kids that she loved. She didn't see me as a. She would sit down. I would sit in her car and she was the first person to give me my driving lessons, my first driving lessons,
Wow.
In
and
school?
classes were on in
In,
school,
in,
and she was so confident. Like
Hey,
she would she was
I'm
so
sorry.
confident. She would talk to the AO, to the like she didn't care. We all know her, like Mr. Bidori. She's crazy. She gave my
Wow.
first. She told me when you put the clutch down, then you hold the brake, you accelerate. I'm like, no. She's like, do it. It doesn't matter. I'm like, what if I hit the tuck shop? She's like, do it. Nothing. That's the brake. As long as you know where the brake is.
But did she teach you in command? Did she teach you while you were in command? Or was that
yes, I said classes were on. Yes, I was in SS3.
Wow.
Oh.
Yes,
I'm so
we sit down
guys,
just talking.
she's 2001 set. I don't know if you remember that from school. She's like 2 years your senior.
Yes, I remember her.
Okay, good. I hope she didn't punish you. More than no fight for this show.
No.
Benji was a sweet girl. She didn't punish anybody anyway. So, so Damola, when you're ready,
Yes?
go ahead and introduce yourself to us.
I can't bring the glasses.
Just talk now. You go talk.
You're not reading anything. Just introduce her. Well, it's all conversation.
My name is Adiola Emily Adidamola 2003 sex. What else?
What house were you?
Tiger House.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I'm sorry, it's dark now. I'm going to turn on.
well, we can still see you.
Okay.
So Damola, so
Yeah.
this is what I know you've seen a clip of the show, so we want you to tell us. So what do you do? Because I see you a lot on social media.
Okay.
I mean, and let me tell you, I'm actually surprised because you're looking shy right now. You're not shy when I see those videos, so I'm surprised you're looking shy. You're kind of blushing. Mary Jane, am I right? You know this girl, right? You know Damola.
This is the first time I'm talking
sorry,
to you on video, so I'm shy.
Hey, you went with the dance. You dancing on video and everything on social media. Now you see. Okay, all right, whatever.
What house was Damola?
Tiger.
Damola, hi, good evening. Tiger House. Oh, okay. I'm not sure I really remember her.
So Damola, okay,
Yes.
so tell us about yourself. Apart from
Okay, I'm an agriculturist, animal conservationist, ex-reality TV personality.
What
Yes.
TV? What TV personality? What show? Sorry.
show?
100% reality TV show.
What?
Maybe she was on
100% reality TV show.
I've never heard that before. What does that
It's
mean?
Nigeria show now. You do watch Nigeria show. How you go take that?
No, well, it's true. I don't.
Damola, continue, Jerry. Okay, all right. You know, you and Mary Jane have a lot in common anyway. In the funny way.
What?
You and Mary Jane have a lot in common because Mary Jane is into doing shows. She's an artist. She's a poet. She's a writer. She has her own show. She has her
Okay.
own studio. So
Okay.
Mary Jane's got a lot going on.
It's in Nigeria.
So yes, in Nigeria, you guys should connect.
Yes, I am.
Wow, that's great.
I'm on
Yeah, you
Open
guys connect.
Bambadiwe right
Yep.
now.
Okay. That's great.
Yep. So Damola, we've
I don't know, what do you
Mary Jane
remember
has shared
about
our own
me?
experience.
Sorry, I was going to ask her what she remembers about me. How I was.
You were in Flying Us House, right?
Yes, I was.
Yes.
Yeah, tell her now. Tell, please. What
Do tell.
tell.
I think that's what I remember. We're not in the same,
okay.
so I really don't know much. I think you're a prefect.
No, I wasn't.
Okay.
All right, Damola.
Yeah.
Let's say your own command experience. You remember the first day you were dropped off in command? Do you remember?
Yes.
Okay, start from there.
Yes, the first day I was super excited. I remember two seniors met with me. That's Senior Chizoba and I've forgotten the second person. Then they were dragging to be my school mother and all that.
Okay. Again, another cute girl. Go back to the point, man. They picked you out from the crowd like, oh, that's a cute one. She must be the school daughter.
So the ugly girls don't have school mothers. I mean, those are the funny them to death. They'll be planting their head every day.
Okay, all right. Jokes apart. All right. Go ahead, Amola. Go ahead.
Being senior Chizoba's school daughter, I remember. So, and I remember Black Man. There was a time Black Man stole all my. That was when I was in GS1. Black Man stole all my texts, all my textbook.
Who is Black
Every,
Man?
huh?
Who is Batman?
Oh, you
Who's
guys
Black
don't
Man?
know Black Man? Oh my God! You don't
When the 80s said, okay,
How am I
tell us
supposed to
about Black
know?
Man, please.
When we are not mates.
I was supposed to know.
How am I supposed to know that? We are learning from you. Who is Black Man?
I mean,
Hey, let's
that's
teach you
all.
about Black Man. So,
Okay. Tell us about Black Man.
no, there were these guys who used to come into our hostels. Who used to come into our hostel at night and steal our things. Just they were like terrorists.
Villagers. Villagers from
Yes,
So
the
they're not
village.
students. They're not
Actually, they were
students.
villagers.
Okay.
no
Oh, okay.
students.
All right.
Yeah,
So you
so
guys call them Black Men.
Yes, because yeah,
Okay. All
because
right.
we only used to see their silhouette, or when they're running away. So you can imagine in the middle of the night,
yeah. So all my
Okay.
textbook were in my box with my
you
day
want to
wear.
go and pee as a girl, and
So
Wow.
my they were everything gone. And I remember I used to cry. Then I'll tell when my mom comes visiting, I'll say I'm tired of this school. I want to go back. I don't want to command again. I want to go home. I want to go home. I want to go home. And they're like, you must stay. You have to stay. You have to remain. So that was it anyway. So by the time I got to GS3, and I started adapting, I started getting used to the system and all that. But I remember in GS1, two seniors used to punish me because I think I was a little bit stubborn. So I remember seniors used to punish me a lot. I remember they used to punish me a lot. It was my GS1 was L for me anyway, GS1, GS2. But GS3 I started getting used to life back when my school mother then Laide Animation. I don't know if you know Laide
yes,
Animation.
like the animation, yes.
Yeah, she was my school mother then, so she was so good to me, nice to me. So she made everything easy for me. Then SS1, I had one wicked school mother like that. I don't want to mention her name. I don't want to mention her name. Then SS1 was a bit difficult for me too, very difficult, but thank God I scaled through. Then SS2 was fine. Then SS3, I became a big girl. So
I have a question. You were saying that when you were a junior, your school mothers were always punishing you.
no, not my
Sorry, people
one.
are punishing you. How come your school mother did not save you?
No, not my game. My school mother was good to me.
No, I know, but you said other people were punishing you. How come your school mother couldn't save you out of the
If
jams?
you have a school mother that does not have
You
bread,
know, thing is, those time they used to punish me. It is not actually my house senior, like people in my like Tiger House senior that used to punish me. It's either doing prep or probably doing prep. You know, there's these seniors that will come to supervise juniors in class.
yes.
So those ones used to punish me. Or probably when they tell us to jog to assembly ground and I'm not jogging, they'll punish me, beat me, or night class too. If a senior tell me to go and fetch cup of water for her, I'll say I cannot go and fetch water, that I'm reading. Like, why are you rude to me? What do you mean you are reading? I said, you go and fetch water. You are telling me you are reading. And senior punished me so hard that they beat me.
Wow.
Yes.
So this what class were you then at this point? What class were you?
I was in GS1.
Wow.
Yes.
So let's keep going. How much did you suffer from your GSS years? 2 or 3?
How much did I suffer?
Mm-hmm.
My GS1 was worse because I was just a new student. I was like a baby. I gained admission when I was just probably 13 plus or so. So I was like a baby. And then I remember I told you I lost my textbooks. They stole everything. I was without day wear. I was without Sunday wear, without anything. My GS1 was very, very terrible. Very, very terrible.
So I have a question for you. When you reflect back right now, right? Are you
Yes.
glad that you went through those experiences, that it made you who you are from a girl to a lady?
Because right now I'm strong. I know I'm a very strong girl, even more than strong. Even strong is even over, as in it's underrated. I'm very very strong, very strong.
Very
And
bold.
with that, I've been able to explore, do a lot of things. I have confidence. I can face people. People don't get to bully me.
Right, right.
No, that is true, because I've noticed that those who went to military schools, in your junior days they break you down seriously. Like, you're always crying, whether you went to command, Air Force, or NMS and stuff. But your senior times, you built that confidence back, and when you go to university and stuff, that confidence is there. They can spot you out that you're a bit different, because you have self-confidence, you know what you want, and they can't just bully you unnecessarily.
Yes, right.
Wow. So transition into your.
Can I add that? Sorry.
Okay. Go ahead.
It's two-pronged for me. Because somehow, for as a lady, I remember that I had to fight to get my feminine side, fight to get back in touch with my feminine side. So I really didn't like it. And I knew that it was command. Command made me brash and abrasive, which was not really my nature. I really did so. It was a battle, just the defensiveness and the what I call it. I'm just abrasive. I'm serious.
Right. Of course, yeah.
Apart from becoming a tomboy, I really like, we brag with being a tomboy. I remember that Damola, what's her name? Damola.
Yeah, Damola.
Yeah, Damola. Remember how we put our shirts to our neck like this, open some button and put it right there, and we're walking like this.
Yes.
So yeah, I had to deliberately work towards getting my feminine side back. But
you guys are so feminine now. I would never think you were one tomboy at any point in time. The way you two are so feminine. Oh my God. No, I wouldn't even believe it.
So during your time, I have a question. I remember during our time that they used to, for ladies, is it that you had short hair, or you can plait your hair in 2 different styles, that they used to, those were kind of the policy back in the day, in the 80s. So was that the same thing when you guys were in the 90s / early 2000? Did they give instructions that either you have short hair? Because I remember my younger sister, she had short hair throughout when she was in secondary school. My mom just cut the hair off that. She shouldn't be bothering herself in plaiting her hair.
GS1 to 3 short hair. Then SS1 to 3, you can plait your hair, you can cut it.
But did they tell you the styles in SS1 to 3? Yeah, but okay, that means it's renamed, because in the 80s it was like that.
They didn't just tell you what style. So from GS1 to 3, like she said, it was compulsory that you cut your hair. But from SS1 to 3, they didn't just tell you what style you should make, but they told you how much, the number.
Wow.
The number of hair.
Yeah. If I don't remember that from the 80s time, I remember that. My female friends used to tell me those days that, I'm like, how come? Because I was like, how come you guys have similar hairstyle? They were like, that's the instructions now. It came from Mrs. Akemi that time and stuff like that. So
yeah,
I'm like,
they'll say maybe all back. They'll say not more than 15, not less than 25.
Wow.
Not more than.
That's how you know the difference between people that went to boarding school and elementary school and those that went to Fego. No one did anything. Or Queen's College. No, it's true now, because all the girls that went to command schools will tell you that, because I asked other people that went to other command schools, it was the same thing. They gave them instructions on how to maintain their hair. So I was kind of inquisitive to know if they did that in Navy and so, and they said that they did that. So I was like, oh, okay.
Okay.
So boys really couldn't do style. It's just low cut.
Right.
You can't do kid and play and all those American styles back in the day. Well, they will shave the whole thing from your head.
Yes. Damola, so your senior year, how mean were you? Because I think you look like somebody that did some damage when you were a senior.
Yeah.
What did you do? Confess now. May I confess?
She looks it.
I know she looks somebody that did some damage in the senior year. So tell us, share.
Senior school.
Huh.
Maybe I just became a bad girl.
Not bad.
I was not wicked.
Elaborate, expatiate.
Okay, let's try to help out. Did you sneak out of school?
I did once.
Okay.
Then
Did you?
I was doing contraband.
Like what?
That was normal. Indomie.
Like guys.
You had boyfriends. You were in the
I know the things that went
company?
down there, I'm just saying. No, you don't. Let me tell you. That's why she said she was a bad girl. Because you don't understand. There was spacing and there was spacing. There was spacing in the dining hall. But when you now go and start spacing in back of generator, you start spacing.
Wait, that old generator, you were right over there. Wait. Those are not generators. That's new. That's because even at one time we don't go to generator. So
what can you say?
You know, one time there was no generator running. Like seriously.
No, not like that.
But I still went to the generator side anyway. But back of dining hall, auditorium, quadrangle, okay, library too. There was library.
You see these junior people, right? Person that we did not go. They were strictly back in the hall. They started exploring like astronauts. They became astronauts, exploring all the other parts of the school. Like,
I'm just sweating right now. I'm sweating. All right, Damola, let's digress a little bit. Don't mind Mary Jane. Don't mind Mary Jane, Jerry. Let's digress that one.
He's having too much fun.
Don't mind Mary Jane. All right, Damola.
Yeah.
So with all that good stuff you did in command, will you send your kids to command? All the good stuff you did in command, will you send your kids to command?
Will I say what?
Will you send your kids, your children? Will you send them to command?
Well, will I? I don't know. It depends. It depends on how the school is now. If things have changed for the better, then yes, I can.
I mean, I don't think it's really changed for the better. I mean, is there any? Are you guys still there?
I went. Yes,
they're there.
I won't want them to go through what I went through.
Thinking about it.
All depends.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
So do you guys do any of you, I was going to ask this question because I think we asked a few things. Do you guys use any of the terminology we used in school, like last man or last lady and stuff for your kids, if you have kids?
I don't have kids. And
okay.
I don't think I've used it for my friends. Maybe I've used
Or your siblings. Or your siblings.
Yes, I use shank. I use shank a lot.
Remind me what shank again. Remind me. I forgot.
What slang?
Yeah, that's
yes, slangs. Yeah, the slangs. Yeah.
Yeah, shank is when you don't go to class, like.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. When you, okay, truancy. That's truancy.
Yeah, I've forgotten.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Right. Okay. All right.
Or if we use slangs.
Yeah. Did you use any slangs at home with your kids?
Did I use any or did I use every?
Or your kids right now.
Or your siblings, if you have siblings.
Oh, my siblings. My siblings, well, it was almost like they went to command. They knew everything.
Yeah.
So,
With my kids, my network, yeah? No,
Yeah.
I was like with my
Yeah, yeah.
siblings. Yes, very well. Yes, my siblings knew all the slangs. We used them a whole lot. They were not. They didn't come to command, but it was almost like they did because they knew every single thing.
What
We
school?
used
What
it.
school did they? What school did they go to?
They went to private schools.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Yes, they went to
Wow.
private
Okay.
school. My
All
brother
right.
went to King's College. The other one went to Laurel International. They just went to different schools.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So Damola,
Yeah.
who will you say had an impression on you in command?
Who had what?
Classmates, an impression on you. Classmates, seniors, teachers, whoever. Impression. Who had
Who inspired you?
whoever inspired you? You know, a good impression. Maybe bad. Just don't call the
Okay.
name.
Teacher. I'll say my English teacher, Mr. Olatunji. I don't know if you know him. And
No, no.
yeah, Mr. Olatunji and Captain Obasa is now a brigadier general. Yes.
I think Mary Jane, between Mary Jane and Damola, you guys, that's the purpose of this show. It's not just about we coming to share our command experiences and all that. It's actually to network as well. And it's amazing how you guys can both connect right now. I know I'm doing some stuff with Mary Jane right now in Nigeria. And you in Lagos, Mary Jane's in Lagos, you guys are into similar projects, similar lifestyles. And so you guys should keep it up, connect, you know. Mary Jane has a lot going on. And I see you a lot on social media. This one that you're shy, I'm very surprised. I see a lot on social media. They dance, they do everything.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
two
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I told you, Mary Jane, I told you I was pointless.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a Tiger
so-
House fine first.
Two flying. So
Yes, but
it's shared
sorry,
equally.
I didn't get what Damola. My network was bad when she introduced her business. I don't know what she does.
Okay.
Okay.
Get that because you're frozen.
Yeah, with her.
I'm an agriculturalist.
Hold on,
Animal-
Damola, hold on. Okay, Mary Jane is back. Okay, Damola, sorry, go ahead.
I said I'm an agriculturist, animal conservationist, aspiring actor, and ex-reality TV personality.
And what's the show again? What's the name of the show?
100% reality TV show.
Okay, good.
What do you do there? What are you a producer? Are you the producer of the show? What do you do?
Housemaid. I was the housemaid.
So what season or what year were you on that show?
This year.
Oh, you're a housemate on a reality show. Where is that?
Thank you. November.
Where is this year?
We just
No,
ended. It ended
where-
November. Hello?
Yeah, Mary Jane is freezing a lot. So this is what you guys will do. Just connect after the show. You guys may have to connect. Yeah, Mary Jane.
Yes, please. Yes.
So I know you're going in and out. So you and Damola should connect after the show and see how you can work together. If you
Yes.
don't mind.
Okay.
Can I quickly say something? Because I feel like I said a lot of bad things about command. But when you asked Damola, it really had me thinking again. When she said, depends on how the school is now. Yeah, so my major what keeps me from saying, oh no, I'll send my kids there is really, I thought, it was too brutal in my time. And, it just made me unnecessarily abrasive. And, I really didn't like that part of me. But now I'm thinking, then we were in school during the military era.
Right.
Abacha passed when, I was like in JS3 or something. So we still had very tough military, background. But now I don't think that it will be that. I don't think
It's
it will
not
be
bad.
the same. No,
It's
I don't
not,
think it will be
trust
as
me.
bad again. Yeah,
It's not the same. I know it's not the same.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not the same.
So because
Yeah,
academics was really good.
Yeah, it was.
Academics was standard. It was really, really, really good. Really good. So yeah. So I'll consider it. Having
All right,
said
cool.
this.
So one other question I have for you, ladies, is for your different sets for 01 and 03, what projects have you guys done for the school that you are part of. Can you speak to that?
Mary Jane is probably, she was the past president of 2001 anyway. So
yeah, so
maybe
can you speak to what your set did collectively?
Okay, so the set before me went to school, gave scholarships. Sorry, just at the time when I was coming in, we just finished giving we did the scholarship program where we placed some kids on scholarship. That's what we last did.
For their tuition,
in,
is it tuition or for exams or what?
No, for tuition.
Oh, okay. How many students and what classes were you giving tuition?
Honestly, I don't have that detail because it wasn't during my tenure and I hadn't really come into the group at the time. But when I came into the group at the time, it was like there was some crisis and I had to bring in some sort of structure and sanity and all of that. So I was focused on doing that, creating structure and, getting the group running, registering it as an association. We're registered with CST. As an NGO. Yeah, so that's what I came in to do, and I have just handed over, but I know that it's topmost priority. They just reeled out their vision, their goals for their tenure, and that's foremost on the list, what they will be doing for command.
So how long was the tenure? Is it 3 years or 4 years?
For my tenure was 2 years.
Oh, so it's 2 years for your set.
I came in to complete someone's tenure, so it was 6 months, and then I was re-elected, and then I did 2 years. So 2.5. Yeah.
Oh, okay, good.
Okay, so Damola, what did your set do for 03?
My set, they are not active. I don't think they did anything.
Sorry, but I had to laugh. You just when you said it's like just like that, nothing.
Are you sure?
Yeah, are you sure?
You know they watch this. Maybe you're
not involved. Damola, maybe you're not involved. They might be doing something because you're not involved.
But I've not heard anything. But I know they are not naturally. They are not this active set of people.
So are you on the forum? Do you guys have a forum that you're part of?
They have, but I'm not in the forum.
So how do you know? That's my point. How do you know they did anything if you're not on the forum? How will you know? Because I'm saying this because guess what? They're going to watch this, right? And they were like, is this girl serious? And they will yell you. So I'm just letting you know. You should just people say, I'm not there, or me, I don't know what they do. Instead of saying they don't do anything, then you will not see yaps coming to you and you're wondering why they're yapping you.
I don't care. But if they are doing something, we are going to see it on social media. We'll see it on Facebook, see it on IG, see it.
Are you part of? Okay, you're on the National Comlag group, right? So I know they show stuff on that one on Facebook.
Yeah.
Yes,
in Damola's defense, it's true. Every said I've done stuff is on social media. You will see it. You see it. Everybody's posting stuff. Instagram, Facebook. I mean, people are posting stuff. So even on Telegram now. So you're right. So okay, good. Okay, you have any more? I hope you guys are paying your dues. We'll get back to that later. Okay, let's wrap this up.
I can see she's not paying. Maybe she looked down.
let's wrap it up.
My fellow Tiger House lady, now how for you? You're putting Tiger House in a bad light, girl. You're putting Tiger House in a bad light.
Don't mind that, Charlie. Don't mind that. Just play with you.
Yeah. All right. So, thank you, ladies, for coming on today. And you came late too. Tiger House. What happened now? You came late.
She said she forgot. Biko, leave her alone. Okay. Thank you very much for sharing your experience. Good hear from those in the millennial set, educating us about your time over there and speaking to how it evolved you from a girl to a lady, to a productive citizen, and talking about what you do right now after as a productive citizen, what you do in regards to your current life, and stuff like that. Thank you very much for sharing that with us. We definitely want,
your fellow mates, and to come on board too and share with us too, as we keep building this camaraderie and talk about how it was an honor to attend that school that built us to who we are today. So thank you very much. Really appreciate your time today. If I take it away.
Mary Jane.
Yes,
Thank you, man.
sir.
Thank you. Thanks for your time. Hey, I get gist for you. Let's hook up on the backyard. I get some gist for you.
Straight up.
Damola,
Yes.
you do well. You do well. Even after all you came late, I still no vex for you. You do well. You try. Hey, I really appreciate you girls. I really appreciate your time. I know it's late in Lagos right now. Thank you for your time. Please remember, share, subscribe, like our videos. Maybe in about 2-3 weeks, okay, this video is gonna be out.
So are both of you subscribed though? Are you subscribed?
I think Mary Jane is
I think
subscribed.
I am subscribed. Yes.
Tiger House, Damola, what's happening?
No, she just found out.
Tiger House, go ahead and subscribe now. Don't make me look bad. I'm Tiger House too.
You guys have looked back too long.
When the video is out, I'll share it on my group.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Forum. Yeah.
That'd be great.
Thank you. We really appreciate it.
Thank you, ladies. We really appreciate your time. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you so much.
All right. You guys take care. Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Sure.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.